Hello, welcome to Sunday morning chat with Nick. Give me a second here. I forgot to launch the audio recording to record this for a podcast, so give me a chance. I thought I can get this thing ready by 8:30, but as you can see, I am slightly behind schedule. I was busy eating my croissant. Yes, that's what I had for breakfast. Okay, let's record that. So, yes, welcome to the Sunday morning chat with Nick. It is November 11th. Yes, 2 days away from my birthday. I will be 52. Indeed, 52 I will be. Okay, let me adjust the screen. Let me pop out the chat. And then we can get going here. Happy Sunday morning. For the Steelers fans out there, congratulations on the big win. You can enjoy this Sunday without worrying about how the Steelers gonna do because they already won on Thursday night. I'm almost there, folks. Almost there. Hello, Luther. Patrick is here. John is here. Yes, I am up and running. Let me pop out the chat so I can see. Now I'm fully integrated. Speaking of Patrick, I don't buy a lot of stuff. I don't shop. Okay. Outside of comic books, I almost shop for nothing. If it was up to me, I would be wearing the same raggedy shirts, underwear, shorts that I bought 10, 15 years ago. My wife does 99% of the shopping in the house. I did most of the grocery shopping I do because I like to cook. So I buy what I need to cook. So every week when boxes from Amazon show up, I kind of toss it to the corner of the entrance so that when my wife come home, she can go through the boxes and throw away the stuff into the recycle bin. And there was a bunch of boxes that came in Thursday. I just opened the door, picked them up the box, put them in the corner. And then last night, as my wife went through the boxes, opened them, and she said, "This is not for me. This is for you." I'm like, "What? I didn't order anything." And she said, "Well, it has your name on the box. Didn't you look?" I'm like, "No, I didn't look. I just assumed that I see the Amazon logo. I figure it's you." A gift for you. And I saw this and I did not open this yet. And it's from Patrick. A birthday gift from Patrick. A little something to help your channel. Thank you, Patrick. Hopefully you're still in the chat. But so this arrived, I believe, Thursday. There was just so many boxes that came in Thursday and Friday that I didn't keep track. But last night after dinner, when my wife finally had a chance to go through the boxes, she said, "This one is for you." Anthony was laughing. He's like, "You have friends?" It's the biggest joke around the house that I have no friends. Um, so thank you. I don't know what it is. I didn't want to know what it is. My wife told me that inside the box there was like a piece of paper that said what was inside, and she wasn't sure if I want to know what it is. So I told her, "Don't show it to me." So I have no idea. It feels like some kind of it's a very sturdy box, whatever it is. So let's open it and take a look to see what Patrick gave me for my birthday, shall we? I I have never received any gift from Amazon from anybody. Hello, Brett. Blade Runner 404. So I have no idea that they even wrap things up in a fancy bags like this. Okay. Almost there, folks. Hang in there. Okay. A generic box from Amazon. As you can see, I still don't know what's inside. Okay, how do I open this? Ooh. Good morning, Thomas and my escape world. Can you see? It's a light. It's a light and a stand of some sort. It's quite heavy. It's not, whenever you hold electronic stuff, you can feel something is cheaply made. It's light. It feels like plasticky, but not this. This feels heavy, solid metal. Ooh. It's this is why it's gonna be good for my chat, because it's gonna be there's a clamp too, so I can clamp this to my desk. My goodness. Ooh. It's a light. I need to read the manual later, but yeah. Oh, you see that? It's the light. And then I can clamp this to my desk. There will be better lighting in future Wednesday night chat. Great gift, Patrick. Very appropriate. This is awesome. It is so awesome that and it's plugged in USB to my computer. So let's test it out. Okay, let's test it out to see how bright it can be. Give me a second, folks. Yes, it's lazy Sunday morning chat. Okay, it's not any kind of big topic kind of thing. So let me play around with my newly given gift. Okay, I plug it in. I guess I need to read the manual to see how I can turn it on, right? This is very nice. Wow. I guess I need to read the manual to figure out how to turn it on, because I plug it in and it's not like an automatic thing that it will light up. I don't see an on and off buttons. I guess we have to wait to see, because I cannot figure it out without reading the manual. So I'm gonna put it right down here. Guess what else came in the mail yesterday? A catalog from Comic Link. November is a big month. It's the last month of the year where all the auction house have big auction. Usually around my birthday, there's always a couple of big auction that go off. So in years past, I couldn't wait until November to get the Comic Link. And then the Heritage, this one just came as well. I didn't open yet, because there's always all kind of goodies to bid on in November for the November auction on Heritage and Comic Link. And Metro also has a big Comic Connect, also have a big. So maybe this Wednesday night we will take a look at the listing on Comic Connect, because there are a lot of incredible big books in that auction. This Wednesday, remind me, John and Patrick, if you're still in the chat room, and participate in the Wednesday night chat this Wednesday. that we should take a look at the listing. Ooh, wow, it's a big one. You know, it's gonna be a big one when Heritage go all out to create three three catalog for the auction. Okay, original art. Oh my goodness, Captain America 9.0 issue 2. And then there's a platinum session. I don't know what's in there, but I think that's the third part. The platinum session. I don't know what's in there, but we'll take a look. We will take a look together on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday night we'll take a look at the preview of all these. Comic Link. This is Heritage 3 catalog. It costs money, folks. Okay, a lot of people complained how expensive Heritage is, but the one thing that they do spend money on is putting together these catalog. It's not cheap. Okay, so they work hard, they put their money to work to market your stuff. I can't say that the marketing is working or not because I have never consigned anything to Heritage. Never. And then Comic Link. This is Comic Link catalog. That's it. But the price is the Mike Kaluta Conan color cover. Look at that. That's a beautiful. Look at that. Yeah, that's Michael Kaluta. Okay, a lot. This catalog from Comic Link is all original art. Okay, it's not. They did not. Ooh. Oh, John. Here we go. Frazetta. A Frazetta Dracula painting. It was done in 1975. Hello, Cougar. That's okay. Nothing wrong with being late to this lazy. I call it lazy Sunday morning chat. I just had a big croissant before I sit down, so whew, that was some good eating. That's my first croissant in a long, long time. Oh, Doctor John had never seen that painting. Oh, look at this. This is Bernie Wrightson graphic novel Spider-Man painting. There you go. So there is some killer pieces in here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I definitely. Oh, this is just stunning. I like Mike Mignola so much. Check out this Nazi Mike Mignola drawing. Good, great, good stuff. So yes, if people want me to show more of this book Wednesday night, I can. You can go to Comic Link website. You don't need me to show it. If you have internet access, you can go directly to Comic Link website and see all the listing. Okay, it's there. But if you want to hear a couple old men sit around and talk about this listing on Wednesday night, we will do that. So yes, November is a big month, but this year I already got my birthday gift. Hello, amazing Muffinator. Um, I have shown the special birthday gift to Dr. Van Schiller privately a couple weeks ago. So on Tuesday, my birthday is on Tuesday. I will load a special video and unveil the self gift that I gave myself. It is an item that I wanted and prized for a decade. literally a decade. When I returned to the hobby in 2008 and saw this item, I immediately wanted one. And I have never seen it. Never seen it. Can you hold for a second? I need to tell my son something real quick. He just woke up. I can hear him. I'm back. Anthony just got up, and I just had to grab a croissant from the stove, from the oven. I bake a bunch of croissant from the oven, and I just had to go get one for him so that he can eat it for breakfast. He loves croissant. Yes, at his age, all the butter is not bad. For us, one croissant a month is about all I can handle. Yes, 52 I will be. Okay, back to my story. 10 years ago, when I returned to the hobby, I saw this item and I immediately wanted one. And I didn't realize how tough it was to find it. How tough it was. I have seen it uh, for auction at various places, maybe three times in the past 10 years. And then last month, two two of these items appear on eBay. Two of them in the same week. And I'm just like, you know, that's how weird things are. Okay, so there's time where you think something are super hard to find, super rare, and then all of a sudden, two of the same item pop up on eBay, and they both in same condition. And I make an offer. Both was buy it now with no best offer. So I did what I always do, and I recommend everyone to do the same thing. Even if a listing just say buy it now with no best offer, there's nothing wrong with emailing the seller and say, are you willing to work with me and give me a small discount? And I believe I asked for 15% discount. That was a discount that I offer. I mean, it's all depend. Okay, when it comes down to like making an offer, there are things that I will offer a lot less. It's all depend on what the fair market value of something is. Okay, this item is not something that is information on GPA or anywhere else. So it's not as if like, oh, the last one sold for this amount, so I'm gonna offer this amount. It's not something like that because the last time something like this was up for sales was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So I make an offer, I think about 15% below the asking price. And luckily, during the same time, eBay had 8% eBay bucks things. So altogether, I did well. So given the 8% eBay bucks and the 15% that the seller agreed, I end up getting something 20% below what his asking price was. So did I overpay? Probably. um, there is no, when it comes down to this hobby, I talk a lot about being patient. I talk a lot about not overpaying for things, but there are times when I don't worry about that stuff. Life is too short. Okay, life is way too short to constantly have to have the best deal possible. There are things to just enjoy. Sure, do I want bargains? All of us would like bargains, but there are times in your life that you're gonna say, I don't mind paying over fair market value for something. Okay, and maybe that would be a good topic. Um, I thought about this for next year. I mentioned last week on the Wednesday night chat that um, I have a whole bunch of different ideas that I will try out next year on the channel. Um, just something different. I have been doing a lot of the same stuff on YouTube now for almost 6 years. Okay, it will be 6 years in a couple weeks, and some of the stuff had been going on for 3, 4, 5 years, and it's time to move on and do something different. Like anything else in life, some stuff get boring, get stale. So, you know, time for me to move on. Will I ever return to do the some of the topics again? Maybe. Got to have. I done that for over 2 years, over 100 videos or around 100 videos. Because I took I think 2 months off 2 summer ago. Okay, this past summer, I did not take any time off to do the got to have videos, but 2 summer ago, I took the entire summer off. So it's been over 2 years doing the got to have videos, and over 100 videos. So it's time for me to say bye bye to that series. Will I ever return down the road? Maybe. Often when I say I'm done with that, I'm done. Just like I think my first 2 or 3 years on YouTube, I did the first appearance videos where I show a book, show the first appearances of the character, and talk about what I like and what I didn't like, whether I like the costume, the story, the backstory, the power, all that. I did that for 40 plus videos in 2 or 3 years, my first 2 or 3 years on YouTube. And I had enough. Okay. I had enough. So it was gone. I thought I will return to that series down the road, but now 3 years later, I still have little desire to go back. So we will see. But one of the series that I want to do would be uh, things I have paid up, things that I have not worried about overpaying to get. Okay, and there are things that I have not worried about deals when I bought, and some of them pan out okay. There are books that I paid retail at the time, and then given how the market has changed over the past 2 years, I made money. So I didn't worry about it. It was not a concern um, to make money or to profit from buying these things when I bought them, because I'm like, you know, I make enough money in the hobby, I profit enough in the hobby that if I want something and overpay for something, it's okay. That's my approach. Okay, that's how my approach to some of these overpaid, sit bit, see it, buy it now kind of thing. And a lot of time it pan out like a great deal later. But that's because how crazy the market has been. Okay, but there will be a series of video that I will show people many of the items that I didn't care to get a deal, and maybe tell a story or two on how and when I bought these things. I'm not sure I will talk about the prices that I paid for these things, because when it comes down to it, I don't think I don't think I don't think I want to share that kind of stuff, like I paid X dollar for this. That's not the point. The point is I paid too much, more than many people are willing at that time to buy these things, because I didn't care about value, discount, deals. That's more of the story than X dollar. When you talk about dollar amount on something, it doesn't it doesn't make any sense. You can pay $10,000 for a book, but if that book is worth $20,000, that's not a bad deal. That's a great deal. So in this video, I will avoid talking dollar amount, because at the end of the day, it's not that. That's not the main point. The main point is whatever it is that I bought, I definitely pay top dollar, overpaid. That many people would have said, "You crazy, you stupid." But hey, not everything in life has to be a great deal. Um, and that's my approach to the hobby. I man up, as Patrick say. There are times to man up and not worry about deals. It's and I think part of that kind of thinking is because I have done very well in the hobby, as far as making good profit of things I bought many years ago. So if I bought something that made me thousands of dollars in profit a few years later, is it okay to overpay something by a few dollar, a few hundreds? No, it's okay. It's you know, it's once in a while, it's okay to treat yourself. That's the main idea behind this series of video that I will do. So I will show a bunch of things that I overpaid. So that's one of them. Let's see. I have a bunch of new idea that I want to do. The other one that I talked about last Wednesday is go shopping with me, where I will stream my browsing of eBay. And I don't buy a lot of stuff, so I don't expect people to see me every week to go on eBay and buy something. That's not the main point. The main point is more to show people how I approach eBay and how I look at listing. I think what will be helpful or fun for sure for a lot of people is see how I look at listings and how I decipher if something is graded appropriately or not, and hear my comments on if something is a deal or not a deal. And if people want me to look at any particular book, I have no problem look at those listings for them. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people won't do that. You know why? If you say, Nick, I'm looking for a Fantastic Four #1, and I go on eBay and look around for you, there is a great chance, a great odd that somebody else might buy it, right? And but they might buy that book right from under you when I was talking. So I don't imagine a lot of people would do that. But if they want me to, if they say, Nick, on next week episode, would you look at New Mutant 98, for example? Then sure, I can go on eBay and browse and take a look at New Mutant 98 listing for that particular person and see if there is any good deals. Okay. So we will see. We will see. But for sure, you know, window shopping is fun. Okay, I have no problem window shopping. Uh, the best thing for me as far as avoiding buying thing in the hobby is not go on eBay at all. Okay, not go on eBay at all because that's the sure way to avoid buying anything. Because if I go on eBay for 15 minutes, I guarantee you, I can find deals. Okay, I guarantee you, and I have. That's why I know the best way for me, or the worst way for me to keep on buying is to go on eBay. And I'm not in that mode. I more or less I don't want to buy. So it will be a good exercise on restraint and discipline on my part to do like an hour long stream of me browsing eBay and not buy anything when I am pointing out many deals for other people. Okay, so we'll see how fun that will be. uh Cougar said the point of it I made was to share. I was cautious, not make anyone jealous of what I had or how much I spent. Yes, the sharing thing is a tricky thing, Cougar. I have said this many times um, in many videos. Years ago, you know, for most of us old timer, by that I mean people like me, Cougar, Patrick, John, for most of us who um, has been in the hobby long before social media. Sharing is not even in our mindset. I can't talk for Cougar or Patrick. I did not care. The hobby was fun for me. Period. I did not care what the next guy was buying. I did not care what my best friend was collecting. I had two friends at the time in those early years that collect and go to the shop with me. They bought DC. They collected DC and some Marvel, but they did not collect what I collected. They did not buy the X-Men. They did not buy Thor. They did not buy Iron Man. They did buy Fantastic Four because they were John Byrne fan back in the days, but they were buying Doctor Strange, um, Avengers, um, Justice League, Batman, Wonder Woman, even non Marvel and DC stuff. So they buying a lot of stuff, and I did not care. Um, so when I returned to the hobby in 2008 and joined the CGC forum because I submit my stuff to CGC, and I was just curious to see what is going on. And it's a good forum. There's a lot of good information. I learned how to spot restoration from reading a lot of the discussion there, and seeing a lot of examples. I learned how to grade based on a lot of the discussion and examples there. But the one thing I dislike about the CGC forum that I still dislike today is the notion of sharing, um, because there was a prevalent attitude on the CGC forum that if you don't show something, that you own something big, something important, some big keys, then your opinions aren't taken seriously. Yes, that's how I felt for many years. I was on the CGC forum from late 2008 through 2012. So for almost 4 years, I was there. I posted thousands of comments. Okay. So I was very active on a daily basis there. And I rarely show anything. And because I really didn't care to be judged. I didn't care to be judged that, oh, you have this, so you must be this. You don't have this, so you must be that. Um, and there are many CGC forum members that admit to me, yes, they admit to me that they treated people differently based on what they show, not share, show off. Okay, so um, it was not something. So it was a move for me to go to YouTube in 2012 because I was fed up with the sharing on CGC forum. And for those that follow my channel on YouTube, the first 2 years of my channel, I did not even have a haul videos, not one, because I'm not there to show people what I bought. Um, it's I'm if you want to call it sharing and all that stuff, that's fine, But ultimately, sharing is showing off. Okay, I don't care what people want to call it. There's nothing wrong with show off. Okay, it's obvious that now that I have been on YouTube for almost 6 years, that I have show off a lot of stuff, but it's not the main staple of my channel, not by a long shot. If people see what I bought over the last 6 years, they will know that I show off about 10% of what I buy. Um, Most of the really good stuff I don't show off at all. It's nobody business. I don't need to be bragging every week. Look at what I just got today. But it's not, like I said, I don't have a problem with people show off. That's fine. I have a problem with people judging people on what they show off. That's more of the problem I have. Okay, as far as people making judgment on other people based on what they are showing off. Okay, it's just no, no need to be jealous of what other people have. No need to be envious of what other people have. I have said this many times. In this hobby, there is little room to be jealous or envy of anyone. Okay, because there's always somebody with a bigger collection. There's always somebody with bigger books. There's always somebody with more money. Um, People are rarely envious or jealous of people that work hard or the work that they put in to earn the money to buy a book. That oh, I'm so jealous you have that. Are you jealous that I work like a dog to save the money to buy that? Apparently not, right? It's silly to be jealous. It's silly. I have said this to many people over the past many years. I am blessed. I am blessed to be born with no jealousy bone in my body. I don't care. I don't care what you have. Never did. Even when I had nothing, didn't matter. You can have whatever you have. If you work hard for something, fine, great, congratulations. But when it comes down to show off, jealous, envy, all that stuff, it's not for me. That's why when I sit down and do a haul video, I do kind of pick and choose what I want to show and what I'm not showing. Um, a big part of it is many of the stuff that I bought in the last 2 years are for resales. Okay, it's something that I bought because I want to flip it for more shortly. So I didn't see a point. I didn't see a point in showing those books. I didn't see a point in bragging about, oh, look at what I bought for $10. That's worth $200. For many people, that's what YouTube is all about. Showing and bragging. Fine. That's okay. I don't do it. I don't need to do it. That's why I rarely, if ever, talk about the dollar amount of anything that I bought. Rarely. Okay, so there's nobody's business. Yes, Dave 0126 agree with me that the CGC forum has a wealth of information. And it does. It is a great um, database. Okay, it's if you're new to the hobby and if you have time to surf the CGC forum and read all the discussion, whether it's pressing, whether it's restoration, whether it's keys and hot books, it go back for years and years and years. It go back way before YouTube comic community. Yes, I know some people on comic book community think that being on YouTube, being on and social media in 2008, 2009 is something that they can hang their head, is something special. Yeah, it's just a different means of using the internet. Is people talking about comic books on the internet back in when the internet was created. So it's I don't look at first generation, second generation, all that stuff. It means more in the beginning, right? Think about this. If YouTube existed just now, it seemed like a big deal that I was on YouTube in 2010. Okay, 6 years ago, 8 years ago, I was on YouTube. 50 years from now, 25 years from now, does it matter if I was on YouTube in 2012 and somebody's on YouTube in 2015? Does it matter that I was there 3 years earlier? No. In 50 years, nobody cares. It's just in 50 years, if YouTube's still around, the people that are in this hobby will say, my God, look at what those guys was talking about back in 2012. My God, get a life. So it's not a big deal. Okay, there is not uh, any kind of like prize to be bragging about. Like I was on. Yeah, I've been on YouTube for 6 years now. Whoopee! All it shows is I have way too much free time. Yes, that's what it meant. Hello, Brooke from the UK. He's in the room. He said something that my filter blocked out. For those that have not seen the movie that Brooke got a role in, yes, he's in a Netflix movie. At least his double is in the movie, and I did a little short video showing that. There is an uncanny likeness of Brooke and Chris Pine. um, Regardless, I cannot recommend highly enough of the CGC forum. Um, it's great. To me, I got more. I got more out of the CGC forum than YouTube. Okay, I can tell you the information, the wealth of information that are in the CGC forum discussions is substantially more useful than what are on YouTube. Okay, and I'm speaking from somebody that left the CGC forum many years ago that spent more time on YouTube. On YouTube, a whole lot of horror videos, a whole lot of hot books to invest, best book to invest, book that you got to have to invest, book that will make you lots of money. Ooh. Yeah, that's why I try to keep my channel in different topics. You don't need me. A lot of people uh, heard that I gonna have a series that talk about investing, and they get all excited that I'm gonna give them recommendation on what books to buy for $100 that's going to be worth 1,000. That's not going to be the reason for those videos. If you think that those videos next year that I talk about comic investing is going to be weekly talk about what book to invest, don't watch them. There will be very, very little recommendation of what books to buy for $50 that will go up, or $500 that will go up. I will not. I refuse to do that. I can talk about comic and investing in many different ways, and we'll see. You folks will just have to, for those that curious to see what it is that I will be talking about when I talk about comic book investing and not mention what hot books to buy, tune in and find out. You might learn something. Oh, yes. You might learn something about investing, because really, when it comes down to investing, it's a concept that is worthwhile to understand across all area. Whether it's investing in real estate, the stock market, precious metals, comic books, baseball cards, whatever it is, there might be different things, but when it comes down to investing, there's a core fundamental to investing that apply to everything. And that's where I will focus most of my topics of the investing videos, talking about those things, instead of like telling people like what hot books to buy for $20 that's going to be $2,000. Not going to happen. Even if pigs can fly, it ain't going to happen here. So don't hold out your breath. Okay? Yes, all about comics. Hopefully you'll tune in. And I like to have discussion about this thing with other people. It's not as if I don't, I would be more than happy to have chat discussion, live chat discussion with other YouTubers that want to talk investing. Okay. It's not as if I don't want to talk about it, that not everybody had the same interest that I have. Okay. Patrick, Anthony, John, the other guys from the dudes, we talk, we banters about the hobby, but I'm not sure if the three of them care to talk about investing. Okay. Because for some people, that's an area of the hobby that is boring. That's fine. I can talk about those topics on my own. So I understand that the hobby is not for everyone. Okay. I also understand that a lot of people love to speculate, love to talk about investing in $5 books that have a bright future. That's that's what is on the mind of many people. And that's fine. That it's just not on my mind. Okay. So I'm not going to feed into my mind what I don't care about. So, people can do what they want. I know the popular channels love to talk about the hot books to invest in, and there are daily videos on those topics. There is no need to add one more. Okay, there's no need. So my investing video will have nothing to do with those. Charlton 66, welcome to the house. Charlton 66 brought up a very good point that I talked about in my previous Sunday chat. Was there is a saying that most of us old timer pass around, talk about, regurgitate, is buy what you like. You will be okay in the long run. Buy what you like. I agree for the most part. But at the same time, I also disagree with that saying for a very long time. The problem with that saying is it applies to the old timer. Okay. It does not apply to people that just joined the hobby last month, last week, last year. It takes time for people to figure out what they love or what they like. A lot of people that join this hobby in the past few years, especially with social media, it's not about what you like. It's more about what society like and what you think you want to do, what you want to buy to fit in. That's where the problem is. A lot of guys, a lot of people jump into this hobby and they get burnt out very quickly. There are tons of example out there. Tons. If you have been on YouTube and pay attention to the hundreds of channel that pops up over the past 5 years of new collectors that profess their love for this hobby is the greatest slice of bread, guess what? They gone, long gone. And if you can talk to many of these guys, they got burnt out quickly, got burnt out of spending money on things that they don't like or don't love, and they left. They sold off everything and they left. And it's a shame because that's the fault of social media. Because when you are getting bombarded with ideas and suggestions, you don't know what you like. You have no idea. You just think that owning keys is what makes you money. And even people that chase keys without knowing what the heck it is that they bought lost money and left the hobby. Yes, there are plenty of examples of that on YouTube. So, and that's my only knock on that old saying that buy what you like. It's only applied to people that have been around for a long time, because a lot of people, there's no way to know what you like when you have no idea. It's easier to me, it's easier to say buy what you like when I was 12 years old or 15 years old buying my first comic books. I was not influenced by anybody. I did not Nobody told me to go to the store and buy Iron Man 150. Okay, I went there and I bought what I liked, not bought what some other guys tell me you will like this book. You should buy this book. You should own this book. This book is a good investment. That's all we hear now, right? Holy cow. It's my biggest turn off of this hobby is the constant finger jabbing, poking. Buy this. This is a good investment. This will make you money constantly. Okay, this is why I back off Instagram, Facebook, all YouTube was more than enough. YouTube is more than enough for me. Okay, I don't need to be on other platforms so that I see this constantly. It's just like, eh, it's my mind just cannot cope with that kind of stuff. Okay, obviously a lot of people love it. Okay, a lot of people love Instagram. A lot of people love the instant gratification of people loves me. Oh, I got 85 hearts in the first 5 minutes when I post that picture. Woo! Yeah. You know what matters to me is the love from my wife and son. That matters. I don't care if 85 strangers going, woo! Nonsense. The psyche of today people with social media, really? That's important? Don't knock on Kim Kardashian because people are no different. You just don't have ass and tits big enough to be popular like Kim Kardashian, right? All About Comics asks, do you flip or hold? Good question, and that's going to be part of the series on investing. Okay, I will save the answer for future videos because it's in there. It's in there. I already shot the videos. I have already shot 3 videos for the investing series, and one of those videos talk about buying, holding, or flipping. Okay, so you're just gonna have to wait until that. So um, I can give you a hint of where I am. I have no problem with holding and flipping either way. Just like investing in the stock. Okay, there is no such thing as holding forever. There's time when a great company, can go to nothing after 100 years of being successful. For those that follow the stock market, look at GE. Okay, GE is a great American company. My dad worked for GE for many years. And back in 2000, when GE was $60 a share, I remember having a discussion slash debate slash argument with him that it's time to cash out of his decades long of GE. Enough of the love of GE. I don't care if every household have a GE appliances. It's time to get the F out. Luckily, he listened. Not all the way. He listened and he cashed out on some of the shares to buy a condo in Florida to retire. Do you know where GE stock is today? 18 years later, GE stock is under $9 a share. 9, under 9 from 60. So when it comes down to holding, you better have a definition to holding is, because holding it until you're dead will do you no good. But that's just a preview of what the video is about. You're gonna have to watch it to understand um, what um, what concept of investing it is. Investing is about, making a return on your investment. And unless you cash out, paper gain equal this. Okay, equal this. Guys that have the collection to the grave, they think they know investing. So we'll see. It's gonna be a series that I think will offend a lot of people, but hey, that's me. I'm not a soothsayer. In fact, my son and wife tease me all the time that I am the dream crusher. The dream crusher. Oh, speaking of the future, I'm just looking at the time. My God, I've been yapping for almost an hour. It's 9:28. In 2 minutes, I am out of here. My son has been nagging me to change my channel name. He said, Dad, ETA Nick sounds so boring. Anthony, recommended that I change it to Nick Flicks. Should I? Does it matter if I change it to Nick Flicks or Vu Flicks? He brought it up. He's like, oh, Vu Flicks kind of not as good as Nick Flicks. It's rhyme better. That's what a 12-year-old would say to you. Well, he's 11 and a half. But, the change next year could be a big change as far as, the content, as far as the type of videos I'm going to do. But maybe a name change would be fitting into Nick Flicks. I mean, I've been joking about Vu Flixing my series, because a lot of time I would shoot 3 to 5 to 8 videos of any certain topic, but then I take a whole year to release the videos. And I have joked many times that, one of these days, I'm just gonna piss off the haters and just drop like 8 episodes of something and just flood the channel with 8 episodes or something. I will Flix it. But we'll see. I don't mind keeping the name ETA Nick. It's not a big deal. But my son is egging me like, Dad, change your name. Even if it does not bring in more subs and views and all that stuff, he said it's just more fun. It sounds more fun than ETA Nick. Just Nick Flix it. So we'll see. Jason Bracer said Nick Fu. Let's see before I go. Silver A Surfer asked, can I do the impression again? Woo! Look at all the hearts I got. Woo! How psyche are so fragile. Fragile. I don't get it. Maybe I'm too old for today. Okay. My son, he's 11 and a half, so he understands social media. His generation is all about social media. It is funny. Anthony recommendation for my channel. It's like, Dad, you're boring. Your name is boring. Your topic is boring. You should do what other YouTubers do. This is Anthony's exact word. You should do what other YouTubers do. A, get better clickbait thumbnail. B, just lie. Just lie, okay? Because that's what they all do on YouTube. They lie. They say stupid things. They exaggerate things. They just lie with clickbait, with BS titles to get clicks and view. Yes, even an 11-and-a-half-year-old can recognize that. What does that say about the adults that fall for these things, huh? Anyhow, it's 9:32. Time for me to bug out of here and enjoy my Sunday, enjoy football without worrying about my team because they already won. W. Anyhow, thanks everyone for participating. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.